Warning. The content on this channel is not intended or suitable for minors below 13 years of age. If that is you, please click off and come back when you're older. By continuing beyond this point, you affirm that you are 13 years of age or older.
What's up? What is going on, Swearoos? We are back with Astrologaster Part 7, and we have met the Bishop of Canterbury, who really likes our manservant. He's the one that has to give us the letter, which we badly need now because we were brought up in front of the other physicians and actually jailed earlier in the last episode. So we gotta get to the getting here and see if we can get some letters rocking.
What does it matter if errors he makes? Let others bear the things that it
Oh, this
takes.
fucking guy.
Our Lord has died to grace. What he takes. Commoners may mistake, but no those only not know their mistakes.
Right.
Good day, my lord, and well met. Indeed, methinks I have not seen your lordship since last year, afore you set off with Sir Walter Raleigh to capture those Spanish treasure ships.
Ah, yes. Doubtless you heard what became of that expedition. The town criers called it Raleigh and Essex's gold piracy fail, declaring it the biggest balls-up since the English Armada.
Aye, 'twas most ill-mannered of them, if I may remark.
'Tis all Raleigh's fault, of course. For when I revealed that I had gotten our navigational directions from you, he had our men turn the fleet around and sail in the opposite direction. 'Twas his navigation that got us lost. Our ships ended up becalmed in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, leaving England undefended. Who is the beef-headed chudlord now, eh, Raleigh?
Well, indeed.
Of course,
Oh my God, I love
refuses
these
to
insults.
apologize, and we are no longer on speaking terms.
Alas, 'tis most lamentable you were unable to use the directions I gave you. Well now, how may I assist you this day?
I would have you tell me how I might regain the favour of the Queen. Indeed, 'tis strange she has not yet gotten over her displeasure, for the incident did occur many months ago, and we had every intention of returning her warships, filled to the brim with gold, I might add. Besides, how in the devil's name were we supposed to know the King of Spain would choose that very same month to invade England? I have not the power to predict the future.
Well, nay, but I have, my lord, if you had asked me to.
Verily, 'tis not to be borne. Only last week at a meeting of the Privy Council, during a minor disagreement regarding the Catholic rebellion in Ireland, she called me an impudent lordsplainer, whereupon she rose from her chair and mollywopped me in the face. I half drew my sword upon her.
You mean the Queen?
Oh my God.
Aye, indeed. Her behaviour was most shocking. I even asked the royal physician whether she may have lost her mind. She is, after all, most elderly.
God.
But Mr. Smith assures me she is in very fine health and is in full control of her faculties.
Her Majesty's behaviour is a mystery indeed, although mayhap it should not surprise us. A man's reason is oft insufficient to fathom the workings of the feminine mind, and, in such cases, he may have little choice but to call upon divine wisdom. To wit, let us see
Okay.
what the stars can tell us.
To wit.
What must Lord Devereux do to regain the Queen's favour?
There's 3 in a row. Yeah, let's do that.
My lord, the stars suggest you may regain the Queen's favour by offering her yours.
By offering her my favour?
Well, your tender favour.
Yes!
God's underlumps! You would have me bed the Queen?
Yes!
Doubtless you have never seen Her Majesty at close quarters. Elizabeth may be in fine health for an old woman, but she is more advanced in years than my own
I
mother.
am afeard the stars are most clear on this, my lord. Indeed, Pluto being coupled with Uranus, aye, 'tis clear a gentle wooing leading to intimate relations with Her Majesty is your only means of quelling her current animus towards you.
I see. Well then, if
Enjoy!
I must,
Give me
then
my fucking
woo
letter
I
and
will.
get out.
If only to regain my influence and ensure the safety of the realm. I must avert my eyes and think of England.
Yes, baby! Give me your goddamn letter. Thank you, sir. To be honest, I think I would bet the devil and his grandmother if it helped me regain my position in court. Booyah! That's 3 letters. Oh, this one should be the 4th, actually, because we predicted the storm. Okay.
Good day, Mistress Payne. How may I help you this day?
Blessed day, Dr. Foreman. I am just come from taking my niece to visit Rochester Cathedral. Thomas
Yay.
Blogg is the cathedral's dean, I believe. Know you of Dean Blogg?
I know something of him.
Verily, that man is a model to us all. Under his stewardship, the cathedral's decadent furnishings have been stripped away. He has even replaced the silver candlesticks with pewter. Such pious modesty in the sight of God.
That's what it is.
Has he indeed? How very interesting. And godly, yes. But what is it that brings you this day?
Before I begin upon my business, Dr. Foreman, I must commend you for correctly predicting the sinking of the Spanish
Think nothing
Armada.
of it.
Ah, yes. 'Twas I who did predict the great storm that sunk the Spanish ships, was it not? I have oft thought that careful study of coastal weather patterns may provide...
And we must give thanks to God for the divine vengeance he wrought upon the heretics. I did hear that by morning our beaches were verily littered with the corpses of Spanish sailors.
Messy.
Praise be to the Lord, his glory to behold.
Yes, praise be. But all the same, you seem anxious this day, Mistress Payne. What is troubling you?
Indeed, I am troubled, Dr. Foreman. I fear for the Queen's health. Everyone is saying that as she is exceeding old, she is soon to die.
Ah, yes, I quite understand your feelings, madam. How we love our good Queen Bessie. Long may she reign. But will she? That is the question, is it not? For she cannot live forever, and when at last she does expire, we shall be stricken with such lamentation and grief.
Mayhap you, but not I. Elizabeth Tudor is naught but a sceptred whore, but still a whore who presides over the Church of England and keeps Rome at bay. And without an heir,
Whoa,
who knows what
she's
manner
mean.
of foreigner may succeed her when she dies? For all we know,
Yes.
he may flood the land with foul popery.
Foul popery? I take it you do not care for dried floral arrangements. But, madam, surely fresh flowers are more customary at royal funerals.
Did you not heed me, Mr. Foreman? I wish to know whether the English throne is safe from a Catholic successor.
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
that.
Then let us consult the stars.
Yes, let's
Is
do that.
our Queen's long reign in danger of ending soon? And if so, do we risk a Catholic succeeding her to the throne?
2, 1. 1 it is.
The Queen's prognosis is good, madam. God will ensure she remains in health for some years yet. And when at last Her Majesty does expire, whomever succeeds her will happily take his place at the head of the Church of England. I may assure you that England will not revert its allegiance to the Church of Rome.
Praise be! To know that England shall remain safe from Satan's earthly servants is well indeed. Fare you well, and may God give you a
Give me a
blessed
fucking
day,
letter.
Dr. Foreman.
Don't care. Letter. The weather is lovely this day. Mayhaps I take my niece to the new cockpit in Vauxhall. She does so love to see the cocks. Ah, bet.
Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb, served by God's bishop, to his guests for dinner.
God.
Rejoice, rejoice in the Lamb, and peace in the earth, and fight
You're ridiculous.
Good day and well met, Lord Archbishop. what a pleasure it is to welcome your grace once more to my humble consulting chambers. Do you ail of something, sir?
Nay, I am in good health. I am come for information. That is, I am come for an astrological reading concerning one of my deans, Thomas Blagg, the Dean of Rochester Cathedral. I hear you are acquainted with him, are you not?
Yes, so please your grace. I am honoured to say that Dean Blagg is one of my querents.
I see. What a remarkable coincidence. Then you may know that Dean Blagg has been petitioning me to promote him to the rank of bishop, specifically to grant him the vacant seat of the bishopric of Salisbury. I wonder if you, that is, if the stars and planets and so forth, might tell me if there be any reason why Thomas Blagg might not be a fitting candidate for such a position of responsibility.
I see. Then let us see what the stars can tell us.
Let us do
Should
that.
Thomas Blagg, Dean of Rochester, be made the Bishop of Salisbury?
3, 2, 2. Yeah, let's go with that.
You must not grant Thomas Blagg the Bishopric of Salisbury, your grace, for, according to the stars, he has been questioning his faith in God.
Verily? How intriguing.
Yes, so please your grace. It would seem he has embarked upon some manner of emotional journey.
Has he now? In that case, I might not be able to grant him the bishopric, but I may very well invite him to dine with me.
Before you leave, your grace, perchance I may broach a small matter of my own. Methinks you have the power to grant medical licenses, do you not? Although I am an experienced physician, you may have heard of my work during the plague of 1592, for instance, I am not technically licensed to practice medicine. It has been causing some administrative troubles of late. I wonder if your grace might condescend to help me by...
You would have me grant you a medical license, would you? I suppose that might be arranged. Leave it with me, and I will have my chaplain look into it.
I thank you heartily, your grace. Your grace is most generous.
Okay. If this be true, then Man's blog will afford us some fascinating theological discussions at table.
And his blood is
Oh boy, here we go.
mayhap even on the date. God is been for our family's sake, seriously give her a break.
Yeah.
God give you good day, Mistress Blagg. Pray tell, what brings you?
I would know whether my lover, Owen Wood, is resolved to leave me something in his will. A small legacy, mayhap. A large one. I do hope he intends to leave me something.
Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh? He is your lover? I see. And why would you wish to know whether he is leaving you money in his will? Is he gravely ill?
Not presently, but methinks he will be soon, for he has gone to Ireland to join that peacocking mumphead, the Earl of Essex.
I see. He has gone to fight in Robert Devereux's military campaign to put down the Catholic rebels in Ireland. But you're being a little harsh, are you not? 'Tis true he has had some bad luck of late, but the Earl is a fine...
Oh, a swole-headed failson is what his lordship is. 'Twould not surprise me if he read his map upside down and marched his men into a bog to drown. Pray, let us do my reading, if you please.
Certainly. If Owen Wood, the Dean of Armagh, were to die, would Alice Blagg inherit anything from his estate?
2, 2, 2. Let's go with this.
You are indeed mentioned in Dean Wood's will. Unbeknownst to his wife, he plans to leave you a portion of his fortune. Forsooth, that is what the stars do tell. But if I might offer you my own counsel...
Oh, what an angel of a man! Did I not know it? Dearest Owen, I shall raise a toast to him at the Quiet Bear this even.
Okay. This night I will sleep soundly, mayhap for the first time since I learned that Blag had ruined us.
Almighty God, shelter.
So this guy we're at 95, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get a letter on him or not, but we have 3, we have 5 to go. Okay.
Good dawning, D-Blag. How may I do you service this day?
I hope you will do me service, Dr. Foreman. For at my last consultation, you served me very ill.
What?
Ah,
Indeed. Your prediction that Raleigh and Essex would succeed in capturing those Spanish treasure ships
Damn it.
did put me in a most lamentable position. I had my tailor fashion me these fine new robes, and now I have not the money to pay him for it.
then I'm heartily sorry for it, sir. Though your new robes are indeed very fine. Is that a different shade of black, or...?
And I know not how, but my wife Alice has lately learned of our perilous financial situation.
Ah, has she?
Aye, and she has had me petition the Archbishop for a promotion. 'Tis her reckoning that if I were promoted to bishop, the increased living would enable me to settle our debts.
That would seem wise under the circumstances. And was your petition successful?
It was. At least at first. Indeed, His Grace did have me believe he is minded to make me Bishop of Salisbury.
The Bishopric of Salisbury. But that is excellent well, is it not?
It would be very well, forsooth. But many months have passed, and the Archbishop gives yet no sign of granting the vacant bishopric to anybody.
I see. And he does not say when the matter may be decided?
Nay, indeed he does not. Whenever I raise the question with His Grace, he says he needs time to consider the various episcopal and doctrinal matters concerning such an appointment. All the while, he has me performing additional duties that I dare not refuse, lest I lose his favour. And Mistress Blag has sent him pies upon numerous occasions.
And yet the Archbishop is not moved? Oh, he must be a very hard man indeed, for your wife's pies are well renowned for their powers of persuasion. Now, let us see what the stars can tell us. Will Thomas Blag, Dean of Rochester, be granted the Bishopric of Salisbury? Would never be granted the Bishopric of Salisbury, I fear, for the Archbishop has discovered some irregularities in the management of Rochester Cathedral. Some missing furnishings, I think?
Well, I mean to say, if indeed that be so, then 'tis most egregious. I will have some very stern words with my chaplain.
Worry not, sir. The stars indicate that His Grace would wish to avoid any unpleasantness. As is customary with church scandal, he will doubtless remain quiet on the matter for the sake of reputation.
Ah. Well, of course I too would not want to bring shame upon the church. If there be such vile, false rumours circulating about me, it would be wrong not to consider the attention that my promotion to bishop would invite. I own that I am shocked and disappointed by this, but I must thank you for forewarning me.
Just give me the letter. Give me the letter. Gimme. Yes, okay, we are halfway. Would they have not replaced all the silver candlesticks of pewter and left the other 2 on the altar? Okay! 4 down, 4 to go! It's only taken us 7 fucking episodes. What? I thought this guy was leaving. Okay.
Borrow, Mr. Moore. You are returned from Italy, I see.
Aye, and I had the most enlightening experience. My tutors taught me all about those ancient Romans and whatnot. Indeed, 'tis a changed man you see before you now. A worldly man of culture and learning. Mayhap you would benefit from taking a tour of Italy yourself, Foreman.
Alas, Mr. Moore, I must remain in London to care for my querents. To wit, what brings you this day?
Well, no sooner did I return to London than I did become acquainted with the most wondrous creature. A lady who has been lately widowed.
Ah, let me just take some notes here. Is this one dark or fair? Auburn with eyes of green, mayhap? I do not believe there's yet been an auburn-haired maid.
Fie, Mr. Foreman. Prithee show more respect for ladies than to view them as mere collections of physical charms. Beauty alone is of nothing to a man such as I.
Yeah.
Nay, my heart does belong to a worldly woman of culture and learning. Her head almost as striking as the soft hair and radiant eyes that adorn it. Indeed, her gift of understanding is so strong, she can listen to my sonnets for hours on end.
She can she? Forsooth, the lady does show great strength of mind indeed. And how might I advise you?
I would have you tell me whether I should marry her, for, as you know, I have offered my troth to ladies in the past, and it has not ended well for me. So, this time I did tell myself, Lancelot, you will proceed with caution. You will know the lady for at least a month before you think of wedding her, and then you'll go directly to Foreman for his counsel.
Then let us consult the stars now. Should Lancelot Moore marry this wondrous and worldly widow? The stars do favour this match. The alliance would serve you well, for this lady is intelligent and aspires to greatness. For a man of your station, the guidance and support of such a woman is oft essential to the attainment of success and advancement.
Then 'tis decided. Oh, wondrous day! I will at once to Emma go to ask her hand in marriage.
Great. Oh. Is that the man killer? Okay, why did we skip 4? That's weird. Okay. My parents will be pleased with the match this time, for Lady Dyer is a very rich widow. Oh, this is the one who likes to have the fancy dinners, okay. I haven't seen you in a while, girly.
From being overdressed to poisoning her guests.
Good day, Mistress Fortescue.
I do hope you may help me, Dr. Foreman.
Me
For I
too.
am mightily afflicted with fever and pain.
Yes, I see. Your face is a trifle red in colour. When did your troubles begin? At a dinner party, perchance?
Nay, 'twas at a luncheon. The one I gave this day.
Oh my god.
I sought to play a trick upon my friend, Lady Emma Dyer, and I worry God is punishing me for my japery. Call it a little playful revenge, if you will. For that time she cast a spell on me at dinner. The one that made me look a fool in front of her other guests.
And what manner of jape did you play on your friend at this luncheon of yours? Pray, describe the ruse to me.
Well, I came upon the idea when I took receipt of a trunk full of exotic goods from the New World. Lovely gifts sent home to me by my gallant husband. Know you of my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue? He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh, of course.
I think you have mentioned him once or twice, madam.
The trunk contained a parcel of dried fruits, full red in colour they were, and with them a note of warning. On it was writ that these fruits, if not consumed in moderation, can provoke a hot, pricking fever when ingested.
Ah, yes. I have read of this fruit in the writings of Spanish explorers.
Maybe.
Capsicum icaramba mequema is the botanical name, I believe.
I am well known for serving the most original dishes at my table. Hence my guests were not surprised when I invited them to try my exotic fruit. I served them each a sweet pie containing one of these, capsicum...
Icaramba mequema.
But I made sure Emma received a pie containing the very largest fruit, and I the very smallest one.
I see. You hoped to occasion a fever in your friend while escaping the same fate yourself. And yet this ruse did not succeed, I take it.
Nay, it did not, Dr. Foreman. Most of my guests dared only take one bite of their pies before abandoning them, finding themselves unequal to the challenge. But Emma ate hers all up, as did I. I was sure I would be safe, and that she would turn red and begin to perspire most shamefully, but she remained as cool as a cucumber. But
you, madam?
But I began to feel such pain in my mouth and throat. My face and eyes turned red. Moisture gathered on my brow and bosom, and damp marks appeared on my bodice. I could not conceal it from my guests. 'Twas humiliating.
How distressing for you, madam.
Dr. Foreman, do you think Emma may have used witchcraft to provoke my suffering?
Mayhap. Let us now seek a solution to this mystery in the stars.
Oh, good God.
What might explain the querent's affliction?
She's not a Chiliad, that's for sure. Let's go with this. Lusty passions.
Your trouble is entirely unrelated to the consumption of New World fruits, madam. You suffered naught but an attack of lusty passions.
Oh, yeah.
I beg your pardon, what?
Your husband is oft away at sea, methinks, with Sir Walter Raleigh.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Then 'twould be only natural that your thoughts would wander towards other gentlemen. Or, perchance 'tis your friend, Lady Emma. A rivalry can arouse passions. Indeed, chaste passions betwixt ladies are not unheard of.
On my honour, Dr. Foreman, I know not what you are implying.
Well, actually, madam, I am not implying
I
anything.
should have went with the
To imply
witchcraft
is to
again, I
hint at
guess.
something without saying it explicitly, whereas I am suggesting quite clearly that you are...
Nay, verily, 'tis most unclear to me. I am sorry, Dr. Foreman, but I find I cannot understand you at all. God give ye good even.
On my honor, I know not which was more difficult to bear, my lunch or this consultation. Sir Alfred Moore and his wife Margaret are delighted to announce the marriage of their son Lancelot to the widow Lady Emma Dyer, born Shutt.
Humphrey Bell, who is this coming youth? Mayhap a little shy, but pleasing to the eye. His eyes, his hair, his shape, before so soon as he a sweetheart, pray tell us the truth.
Okay.
Good morrow, young sir. Methinks this is your first consultation, Mr.
Humphrey Bell, sir.
And how may I do you service this day, Mr. Bell?
I want to get lean in that.
You wish to become lean, you say? And why would you need to be any leaner than you are now? You do not appear at all over plump. Indeed, you appear to be a young man in the full vigour of health.
Yay, but I do the lady parts though, innit?
You do the lady parts. Oh, I see. You are a player who plays feminine roles upon the stage. Yes, I think I recognise you now. You play for Lord Chamberlain's men, do you not? The company of players led by Will Shakespeare, Richard Burbage and Will Kemp, among others.
Aye, sir. I play for them as a hired man, and next month I'm to play a fairy queen in a play we're doing for Lord Hunston at his daughter's wedding. But bossman Burbage says I'm too plump for the role.
Humphrey, your girth does make it difficult for an audience to imagine you getting up out of your fairy throne, let alone flying.
Yes, I think I understand. 'Twould imperil the audience's suspension of disbelief, thus breaking the fourth wall, as you players so call it.
Ah, sir, indeed. Mr. Burbage worries much for them scenery walls, for he says my rear end is of such a size 'tis liable to smash right through 'em. Anyways, Mistress Burbage told me that to fit into her gowns she bids herself chunder after eating. Might you give me some herbs for that or something?
And Mistress Burbage would be Richard Burbage's wife, I presume. Well, to judge what would be most effective in your case, I shall need to consult the stars. What should Mr. Humphrey Bell do to become leaner?
let's make him do this.
Mr. Bell, I will prescribe you something to induce upward purging. It will serve to void your stomach of its contents, and by, you will become leaner. Pray, call by your local apothecary and make purchase of some canis seco excrementum, or dried dog excrement, as is more commonly known. You are to mix it with water and take it up the nose after each meal.
What do you mean? Like dog doings?
Yep.
You playing about or something? You would have me snort flipping dog turd? I will not lie, that sounds well mad.
Mayhap if you were to mix the excrement with a little honey, that can oft help the medicine go down a trifle easier.
No disrespect or nothing, but I ain't doing that, Doctor. Not even to be a fairy queen. Give you good day, sir.
What is in that doctor, man? He's away with the fairies or something. Mayhap he knows one who could play for Mr. Burbage. Yeah, okay. Alright, we already have this guy's letter. We're gonna go through this and then we'll cut it off.
His family's too grand to jail, too rich to jail. But if Essex disobeys the Queen, she'll put him in the ground.
Good day, my lord. I must own, your lordship's visit to my chambers does surprise me, for I believed, well, indeed all of England believes, that you are in Ireland at present.
Did anyone see me? No? Good. Now, bid your manservant close the shutters.
As your lordship pleases. William! William! Pray close the shutters. Yes, all of them. And fetch us some candles.
I pray the counsel you give me this day be wise, sirrah, for I find myself in the most desperate of predicaments. Indeed, I pray your advice be wiser than it was the last time. Your suggestion I cajole the Queen with my tender favours. Forsooth, it worked only too well. The old bat took to calling me her best boy, and sent me off on this damnable quest to put down the Irish rebellion.
I know well, sir, for I was part of the great parade down the streets of London to see you off. And now you are back from Ireland victorious, are you not? Ah, I see by your face. Not so much.
God's breath! Have you seen the Irish? They are savages. That Irish chieftain O'Neill and his band of fen-born brutes are especially bad.
Forsooth, they sound most fearsome. 'Tis a mercy you escaped with your life, and are now back home safe in England.
Nay, I am not yet safe in England, I fear. For when the Queen finds out that I made a truce with O'Neill, heaven only knows how ill she will take it. Even my leaving Ireland without her permission will doubtless vex her.
Then the Queen has not been informed of your return?
Nay, she knows yet nothing of it. I am at present taking refuge with my sister, the Countess of Devonshire, at her country estate. But I cannot hide there forever. Hence I am come to you this day so that the stars may advise me on how I may extract myself from my current predicament and win back the favour of the Queen.
Then let us see what the stars advise. How might Lord Devereux escape the displeasure of Her Majesty the Queen
You're the best
and
boy.
regain her favour?
3. Oh, here's 4. So 3 we're gonna go with.
Your lordship must not give up hope, for though our queen may have the stomach and heart of a king, she has but the body and mind of a weak and feeble woman. Hence the stars suggest you use your manly physical attributes to resolve this affair.
I see. Use my imposing presence and masculine intelligence to overpower her. Show her who is truly sovereign.
Nay, my lord, quite the reverse. You must appeal to her vanity and captivate her with your bodily charms. Perchance a tighter-fitting doublet would serve to...
What? Bet the Queen again?
Yes!
Why, yes, my lord.
Yes!
Your lordship's wooing of the Queen has proved fruitful in the past, has it not?
I see. But how am I to find a moment alone with her? If I make an entrance at court whilst Her Majesty is surrounded by guards and courtiers, I may be arrested on the spot.
Aye, 'twould be most perilous. Hold, I think I have it. My lord, if you were able to insinuate yourself into Whitehall Palace one morning before Her Majesty rises, you could approach the Queen while she is still alone in her bedchamber.
By the saints, 'tis no ill idea. I shall prepare to mount a surprise attack upon the Queen's defences. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my Lord Devereux.
Okay. Alright, oh, we got one more visit. I will not be sorry to leave my sister Penelope's house. Fie upon her. I shall eat as many cherries as I damn well please. Okay, so we got his letter. This is going to wrap up part 7. We are halfway towards 8 letters. We have 4 now. We need to get 4 more. Hopefully they'll be coming in the next part, which will be part 8. So we're going to just keep going with this thing until we finish this game one way or the other. There's some parts, like some of the songs are getting a little bit draggy, but overall this is still like really, really enjoyable. So if you like this type of game, it's really well written. The voice acting is just marvelous. That's actually kind of what's hooking me now. But if you like that sort of thing, just stuff that's executed really well, definitely this is a game to check out. We'll come back for part 8, and we will see you then, squares. And until that time, of course, as always, peace out.